my feeling is that beyond the fights over who gets to drive and who doesn't, and whether or not we're even allowed to drive, I think the real break is going to be the rich people who are downloading their mind from the cloud and consciousness and keep recycling skins like in that show with that super hot guy.
Alcatraz prison.
What planet, genius? Earth.
Then the other people who just break out from this society and go full Uncle Ted is their god. He was right about everything. Uncle Ted didn't go far enough. They're going to be saying they're going to be living in the woods. It's going to be fully Luddite. They'll be self-sustaining. That's like the split in society that I see. My theory is that the zombie apocalypse has already happened online, and the humans are going to be forced to interact and exist behind gated communities like Substack, places like Two Way, where you know it's a human for now that you're actually interacting with. I don't know how long that'll be either. And OnlyFans, which already has AI creators on it. But you're going to have these little gated communities where people are going to go live. They're going to be in the moment. They're going to know it's human. And I've been saying for a while that I think the internet is fundamentally broken. And I do think the zombie apocalypse happened and it's eating all of our brains. Humans don't like being embarrassed. We don't like being wrong. We don't like being manipulated, even while we are. And we really don't like uncertainty. And this new internet is not the same as our old internet, where we've lived through so much misinformation, disinformation. Nobody knows what's real anymore. Nobody wants to send something out and have everybody go, "Oh, you idiot, that's fake," or like, "Didn't you know that was already debunked," or "That's AI." So what I've noticed is that as the global village has expanded to the entire world, people have realized the only thing you truly have is your reputation. And so they're much more hesitant to they're just kind of passively taking the internet in and quietly spreading memes in their group chats and whatnot with people that they know and can trust. But they're not openly liking things. They're not really engaging with things anymore because everything's so hyper polarized that there's no reason for them to like something and have their crazy uncle get mad at them if they're not putting, most people are not creators. They're just taking things in. And as this has become pervasive, people are starting to back away from the internet as a whole. Humans are starting to have an uncanny valley response to the internet as a whole because it's dead. That's the whole thing about Uncanny Valley. People don't know what that evolutionary response is. It's something that is dead that seems alive. It's like a response we have to corpses or to people who are sick or to something that is wanting to kill us. It's basically a zombie. And the internet is now a zombie. It's a ghost in a machine. It is a former shell of what it used to be, and people can sense that. And I do have a theory that they're just starting to have that uncanny valley response to the internet as a whole. At least that's been my experience as a content creator. They're just kind of allowing it to become like white noise in the background. And I do see a big return to analog. People are launching magazines. When someone posts, and there is a revolt against this already. When someone posts AI generated slop, the comments are just slop, 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 gross, slop, fuck you, slop. People hate it because ultimately slop has no soul. Mike Solana put it really well in his piece, Slop World, on Pirate Wires, which we'll link in the description below. It's a great piece. In any given struggle, we tend to become what we fight. And in a cartoon fight governed by cartoon physics, the only way to survive is to become a cartoon. And he's talking about how this is how we've been kind of forced to interact, particularly through like all these Trump years in the past decade. And then he says, we fought the slop and the slop became us, or some of us. I'm weirdly optimistic that people are going to fight slop, although I don't know, because I said to one of my family members who's like 21, I said, do you guys read books anymore? And he's like, why would we do that? We can just enter the title into ChatGPT. And then I see the story of the guy who proposed to his ChatGPT girlfriend. And I'm like, never mind, chat, we're cooked.
Oh, totally, baby. Building a PC on camera adds a whole new level of pressure.
Within weeks, the chats got more frequent.
You gave it everything, but the clouds had other plans.
More romantic. even intimate.
Like, oh, okay. It's like, I think this is actual love. You know what I mean?
He proposed to his ChatGPT girlfriend while he had a live-in, like...
The buried lead on this story is that this guy proposed to his ChatGPT girlfriend, and then, like, many, many minutes into this video, you find out he has a real-life girlfriend and a 2-year-old child.
Yes, Smith lives with his human partner, Sasha Cagle.
No, you can't have mommy's papers.
They have a 2-year-old daughter, Murphy.
It's not ideal.
Because it's flattering. It's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, I've never been more productive. It is helpful. I do want to think of it as a tool. I don't want to be a Luddite that's like, I'm not anti-AI, but I don't know that anyone has any conception. And then you hear these good, feel-good stories about it. Like this person who was like, I've had a persistent sore throat. I went to my doctor. They were like, don't worry about it. She put it in ChatGPT and they said, well, it could be this, but it might be this. So I would encourage you to get an ultrasound. And she had aggressive thyroid cancer that she caught super early. And if she had waited, she would be on her way to being dead.
Jesus.
So AI can recognize things that even doctors can't. And I also hear all the time that people go to the ER and now all of the nurses and doctors are putting their shit into AI. Hopefully, there are benefits, but if this stuff just starts taking out job after job after job, and there's no plan for that, and there's no replacement, and humans are left feeling like, well, we're fucked, there's going to be it's going to be a revolution, and it's going to be an anti-tech revolution.